2022 is almost over, but some of the comics that we got from it are incredible. So I'm going to go into the many that I love this year, some of the very best. But the long story short is that it's been a very big year for Dan Mora and Kieron Gillen and a lot of other creators. Stick around, because if you didn't pick these up, you've definitely still got time. I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Doomcast. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to get into my favorite comics of 2022, but do me a favor, hit subscribe and the bell. I make about one of these videos a week. They're all great, so I don't want you to miss even one. Also, if I did not list one of your favorite books of this year, please let me know in the comments. I don't read everything that I wish that I could, so believe me, you're doing me a favor as well. So I've grouped these series by new this year, ongoing series, and limited series that were outstanding but didn't actually start this year. So first, the brand new. Immortal X-Men by Kieron Gillen and other various artists. Kieron Gillen took up the foppish dandy character of Sinister that he had crafted in Uncanny X-Men years ago, and that Zeb Wells had fleshed out in Hellions recently, and he's built Immortal X-Men around that character. And Exodus. Well, what could go wrong in a mutant paradise? A lot, it turns out, when you make your bed with evil super scientists. Lucas Werneck consistently proves why he's a top new artist from Marvel and anywhere else as well in this series. With a characteristic intrigue and crackling dialogue from Al Ewing, X-Men Red ties for the best X book to start this year. Nobody has been safe, and the story of Arakko and the position mutants are in against humanity is laid bare, with pencils usually by Stefano Caselli. World's Finest and Batman vs. Robin. Mark Waid's hallmark is giving stories a Silver Age feel to them, and Dan Mora's pencils have that same crisp style that captures Silver Age essence with modern flair. So this makes World's Finest and Batman vs. Robin, spinning out of it, feel like the best DC has to offer right now, and some of the best Caped Crusader and Big Blue stories out there. Catwoman Lonely City. Cliff Chiang's solo series on Catwoman is one of the finest takes on the character since Ram V or Gail Simone, which is saying something, but Chiang's artwork is clean, expressive, with some of the most incredible use of flat color that I've seen, even for an artist who is known for his flat color work. Aquaman Andromeda. Christian Ward is one of the most innovative artists working, and Ram V bends sci-fi horror masterfully in Swamp Thing and Venom. So the two working on a series about Aquaman's encounter with an alien spacecraft that makes monsters from human thoughts that lands in the South Pacific, pretty outstanding. Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise is a book that to describe would sound pretty insane, because reading it is a genuinely surreal experience. Tradd Moore is such an eccentric artist. Literally eccentric. He puts waves and circular forms to everything, and nobody captures motion, movement, and fluidity quite the way that he does. Doctor Strange is navigating being dead in an afterlife that looks pretty amazing. A reminder that the threshold of what sequential art can and should do should always be tested like this. So now to ongoing series and events. Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil and Batman. Chip Zdarsky has breached containment, and the world as we know it is now ending as a result. He's done Daredevil with Marco Cicchetto and had Elektra kill Joe Biden, and is doing Batman with Jorge Jimenez and has had Batman not kill Joe Biden. Perfect. Judgment Day is another clever event from Marvel that Kieron Gillen and company, including Valerio Schiti, forced the Marvel Universe to confront its own failures and successes. Honestly, better than I thought it was going to end up being. Ryan North and IBAN Chelo's Fantastic Four. Already clever super science, compact, issue-centric storytelling right out of the gate with a clear and interesting arc. Ryan North and IBAN Chelo take Marvel's First Family to a fun and crisp new direction. I'm glad to see it. Superman Action Comics. Philip Kennedy Johnson and a cast of rotating artists, including Daniel Sampere and Phil Hester, have made a beautiful and inspiring Superman book. The End of Warworld and the Return of Kal-El arcs remind me of what makes Superman one of the most relatable heroes by making him unrelatably powerful. And lastly, for those series that didn't debut in 2022, but are still great, Once and Future ended this year, and it's again Kieron Gillen and Dan Mora, both of whom are having a big year, like I said. A story about stories and the power that they have, also a story about moms who do their best with their kids, and also about how King Arthur is a Lich Lord. It's one of my favorite limited series that probably ever. Also, The Silver Coin. This is an anthology series from Michael Walsh, featuring a rotating writer spot from more than a dozen of the best writers in comics. And it's one of the most chilling, poignant horror stories and horror anthology books that I've read recently, actually probably ever. And of course, Human Target, Tom King and Greg Smallwood's take on Christopher Chance, a man poisoned while playing Lex Luthor's body double, trying to solve his own murder by an unknown member of the Justice League International, we presume, has consistently surprised and delighted me. It feels like somebody trapped a Hitchcock movie inside of its own poster, and then it all incidentally involves the Justice League. Started last year, of course, but one of the best for the second year in a row. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate your support this year and all of the previous years that I've done this. If there is a book that I forgot that should be on this list, please let me know, because I would like to read it. But I hope I gave you some suggestions going forward to pick up either individual issues or in trade in 2023. Do let me know in the comments. Thanks, take care, and have a happy new year.